going on, everybody? My name is Matt Alvarado, and a lot of people have asked me over the years how to make my famous chili recipe. Well, it's real easy, and it's just in time for football season, so I wanted to show you guys how to make it at home. Check it out. So there's basically three components to a big chili. You've got your vegetables, you've got stock, and you've got your meat. Today we're going to be using 3 color peppers, and we're going to use 1 to 1.5 onions. Now there's various different types of peppers you can use for heat. Today we're going to be using a poblano pepper. I recommend using diced tomatoes. You're also going to need some tomato paste for thickening, and of course your beans. If you don't like beans in your chili, take them out. Today we're going to be using meatloaf blend, and we're going to use a little bit of chicken sausage. And lastly, we have seasoning and broth. This is where you're going to pretty much put your own spin on it. Use whatever seasoning you like. You can just go with salt and pepper if you like. This is a crazy carnivore chili, so I'm going to use duck fat to saute our peppers and onions.
Stand clear, done man attack. You can't stand where I stand, you can't walk where I walk. Watch out, we run New York. Policeman come, we bust them out the park. I know this for a fact.
Pour 1 can of stock in here. Just pour the whole can in there. Easy stuff, just let this simmer for a little bit. If you need more, you can put more, but I find that all the natural water, liquids and oils and the peppers and the onions, once they start to melt down, you're not really going to need more.
You got to watch just who you're talking to.
Okay. So we need 3 peppers. The trick that I always like to do when cutting the peppers, you got to get the core out, so just cut around. This is going to get the seeds and the pit out. The pit is the white stuff inside the pepper. Just a rough chop is all that's needed.
I thought he was like rubber, but he never hurt nobody. He just loved to live that way, and he loved to steal your money. Some is rich, some is poor, and that's the way.
Alright, so the onions look about done. They're getting a nice kind of brownish color. A little bit of char on them. I'm going to throw them into the pot with the stock. From there, we're going to need to put in the peppers that we already chopped. Again, do it a little bit slower so you're not burning yourself. Once those are good, we're going to go ahead and put our peppers in here. Now with the canned tomatoes, we've already got plenty of liquid in here. So I tend to drain some of it out. And again, this is one of those optional things. If you want to keep it in there, keep it in there. We'll just go ahead and drop this into the pan. Doesn't really look much like chili. And in fact, it won't look like chili for probably a few more hours. Now we've got about 2 pounds of meat here. This is going to be a pretty thick chili. So once we brown this, we've got some chicken sausage to throw in there, but obviously our skillet is not big enough to fit the 2. So just do it one at a time. There's no reason that you have to rush. Chili takes a while, might as well take your time. Tilt the pan, you can see all the extra oil that's in here. So we're going to strain this out. We're just going to go ahead and put this into the pot. I can already tell with the consistency that we're going to need some more tomato and a little bit more broth. This is one of those ingredients you add just in case, so it's always a good idea to have a spare can. And in the event that you put too much liquid in there, as I have before, it's always a good idea to have some tomato paste, which is a great thickening agent.
Here we go.
Let's go ahead and get our sausage in here. Now, this is chicken sausage. You can use pork sausage, you can use chorizo. Do what you feel. As we can see here, our chicken is pretty much browned. It's looking nice. We can turn off our burner because we don't need it anymore. And we're going to go ahead and transfer this to the pot. As you can see in the pot, we're running out of space. More so, it's not really a matter of running out of space, it's a matter of there isn't a whole lot of liquid in here. Granted, a lot of this is going to melt down once the peppers and the onions are kind of melted down. However, as we still need to add the beans, I think it might be a good idea to add a little bit more liquid.
Yeah, I'm so tired.
So you could use beef broth, you can use chicken broth, you can even use vegetable broth. I know a lot of friends that like to make chili with beer, and that's cool too. Actually, I think that adds a really nice flavor, but today, since we've already committed to the stock, we're gonna go ahead and put some more beef broth in here. So I drain the liquid that's inside of the can because it's more of a preservative, and I'll rinse it off a little bit with some cold water a couple of times just to get that kind of syrupy liquid out of there, because we just don't need it. And we're just going to stir these in. As I said before, you can pretty much use any type of bean that you want here. I like the flavor of the black beans a little bit better, and they're a little bit smaller, so you don't have to put up with those giant dark red kidney beans. But you know, if you like kidney beans, add the kidney beans. But for now, the only thing we've got to do is get this to the crock pot so that it can start to merge and meld all the flavors together. Can't season it until then because honestly, if we taste it, it's not going to be the same. So let's get this into a crock pot. Set it to 4 hours. However, the longer you let this go, the better it'll be. It'll start to really thicken up, really tighten up on those flavors. It's going to be delicious. Make sure you continue to taste it along the way so that you know that you're guiding it to the flavor that you want it to be. Until then, it's time to kick back, watch some football, and have a beer. Let's go. So there you have it. Easy to make chili, great for football season. We're about to dig in. I hope you guys will make this at home, and I hope you enjoy. You guys get ready? Good. Hungry.